Very beautiful afternoon to you. Hey, I think I should officially say welcome to Matters on this dial, on this super dial. Okay. Yeah, we'll be running this afternoon with a couple of stories. Yeah, I just do hope you stay with us. And hey, come on, you can also participate if you don't mind. Okay, we have a whole lot of platforms whereby you can also join in the conversation. That is on YouTube or WhatsApp or Facebook, or if you don't mind, Twitter or Instagram. We're streaming, on all of our social media platforms. Just go there and of course join the conversation. My name is Jude Ikami Jude, and of course I am not alone in the studio this beautiful afternoon, because we have, like I told you, a couple of stories to look at quickly. All right. I have a public affairs analyst. He is an entrepreneur. Also, he is bigger. Ibekwe. When we say bigger is bigger. Actually,
yes, as in bigger.
Good to have you join us.
Thank you very much, Jude. Thank you very much, listeners at home.
Yeah,
good.
All right. Don't forget, like I told you, VOP 90.3 FM on YouTube. All right. And hey, the WhatsApp number is 0700 903 9039. Okay, that's a WhatsApp number to send all of your messages to. 0700 903 9039. Okay, so let's get talking this beautiful afternoon. First of all, Tinubu and Shetima has come up with what I call, or what people will call, a moment of is it truth, or some people call it moment of lies, right? As they keep battling in the court. But then there are some information reaching us, right now, that President Bola Tinubu and of course Vice President Kashim Shetima, has tendered a copy of the Labour Party membership register for Anambra State in proof of their claim that Peter Obi is not a registered member of the Labour Party. Now, when you hear this, what comes to mind? I mean, how would you respond to this at this point in time? Because we went from campaign to election and post-election and everything, and now these guys are in court. And here we have, the president and his vice saying that Obi actually is not a member of the Labour Party. How will you react to this?
Well, it sounds very strange. When they say Peter Obi is not a member of the Labour Party, it then means that they went to the state, which is Anambra. They definitely will go to the local government where he belongs to, I think, Aniocha. Then they will go to Agulo, where he comes from. Now they will go to his ward and bring the register. Then the chairman of the ward, Labour Party in Peter Obi's ward, will now give them a copy of the membership of Labour Party there, and they will bring to court. Sounds very strange. It sounds absolutely very strange. Labour Party that Peter Obi belongs to never said he's not their member. And it looks absolutely ridiculous that a non-member of a party will contest the post, the office of the presidency in that party. So many things happen in this country that are very strange, very rare, very absurd. But let me see how it goes. They're already in the court. They will present what they have. And Peter Obi will definitely defend himself. But the Peter Obi I know is such a meticulous man who was the governor of Anambra State for 8 years. I don't see him not belonging to a party, and he will want to contest for presidency under that party. That will be very, very unlike Peter Obi. This is my submission.
Tinubu and Shetima had argued in their response to the petition by Obi and the Labour Party that not being a member of the party, as at the time of the last presidential election, that Obi was not qualified to have contested the last election on the platform of the Labour Party.
Well, I can sufficiently say that
he is not
Obi
qualified.
left PDP at the last hour and joined Labour Party, which you and I know is what happens in Nigeria. Do you get it?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people at the last minute jump gun, carpet cross, and go to the other party. If they are not arguing that he's not a member of the party, he who alleges got to prove. The burden of proof is on them. Do you get it? Yes. Obi definitely will have defense. But now, however, in law, if you allege, you prove. So definitely, they certainly got to prove to the court that Obi never belonged to Labour Party.
But
yes,
yeah,
go ahead.
Maybe we should find out what the position of the
law says.
Not the law,
Electoral
the
law?
Labour Party.
Okay.
What is the party saying as regards this statement?
The party have not come out to make a statement, but I can definitely tell you what the party will tell Nigerians, that their presidential candidate was a member of their party. Otherwise, they couldn't have given him the mandate to contest on their behalf. Do you get it? And that is definitely what the Labour Party, I'm sure, is going to say. That's what I'm saying. If any other person is saying otherwise, you got to prove it. That is what they say in Tagalog language. The Tagalog is language they speak in Philippines. Sabinya, sabiko. He said, I said. So I'm just wishing that it doesn't get to the situation of Sabinya and Sabiko. He said, I said. So if Shetima and the Tinubu got proof that Obi doesn't belong to Labour Party before he contested, let them prove to Nigerians, and the law will take its effect.
Of course, although lawyer to the petitioners, that is Livi, Uzoku, objected to the admission of the documents. The court, anyway, he admitted them and marked them as exhibits.
Okay. Well,
The court
talk is cheap.
Admitted.
Yes, talk is cheap. Definitely, it is not about presentation or admission. It is about proving. Do you get it? You got to prove. If you say this man was not a member of this party at this point in time, and the party comes out to say, no, he is our member or he was our member, it becomes your word against their words. Now you got to prove to them that he was not. Probably Shetima and Tinubu got some things we don't have, we don't know, which they will definitely present in the court. It's not just saying and the court admits it as an exhibit. It comes to prove. There must be proof. You get it? That's why in court you say proof beyond every reasonable doubt. But I've told you that Obi, I know, is not a careless man. Aburi, who was the chairman of the party then, is not a careless man. The onus is resting on Tinubu and Shetima and APC to prove that that Obi was not a member of the Labour Party when he contested. That's definitely what it is.
Do you think that the APC is willing to push this to the point of disqualification of the LP candidate? I mean, presidential candidate?
If you know what is happening in the court right now, you will know that any of the parties involved in the cases are ready to push and push and push to get what they want. The Labour Party is pushing to ensure that their mandate, which they claim is theirs, is given to them. And the APC is battling to ensure that it doesn't happen. So what I'm saying is a war. Definitely, it's like a war. That's what it is. So APC will push to the last, while Labour will push beyond the last. That's it.
Okay, now, I've also heard a lot of persons say that Obi, is just entertaining Nigerians, at the tribunal.
Jude, if anybody tells you that, the person is ignorant of who Peter Obi is. In Anambra State, when Peter Obi contested against Ngige, he went to court. He continued and continued and continued and continued until he retrieved his mandate. Do you get it? He was impeached and the Tiaba became the governor. He still went to court and retrieved all that belongs to him. He's not frivolous. He's not an entertainer. But if you're asking me, do I have confidence? Do I have confidence that the judiciary will do the needful and the necessary? That will be a different ball game. But if anybody to call Peter Obi an entertainer who is not definitely so serious about what he does in life, the person should go back to the University of Nigeria where Peter Obi studied and go through his profile and check out his battles. You get me? That is what I can tell you. He is a dogged and rugged fighter. The smiles, the laughter about him, they are all just, but inside of him, that is why they call him Peter Okute, stone. Inside of him is stone. He's not an entertainer.
Okay. Now, when I mention the issue of Peter Obi being an entertainer, you're quick to say that Peter is not an entertainer, that is a dogged fighter.
Dogged and rugged fighter.
He doesn't
let go.
He doesn't let go.
He doesn't let go.
Okay, hold on. Now,
you can go and ask Ngige. And Ngige even told them, this man, you see, who comes around laughing, I suffered in his hands. Take him very serious. So any person who really is interested in what is happening in Nigeria presently should take Peter Obi very serious.
He fought doggedly in the state level. But now we're talking about a national level. We're talking about the country at large. And that's why people feel, or some persons felt, that these people he is fighting right now, for instance, Atiku Abubakar, for instance, Tinubu, that these are his fathers in the game. All right? And that you cannot just come in and say you want to beat a father. Yeah. So what say you?
Okay. For the past 1 month plus some fractions, getting to 3 months now, right now, 2 months right now, he's been in the courts, hiring the best of the hands, senior advocates of Nigeria, and they have gone to bring thousands and thousands of evidence here and there. Is that the actions of an entertainer? Is that the actions of a man who don't want to fight for his own right? Is that the attitude of a man who is not serious? Oh, come on, take it. In politics, like in most aspects of human life, there are limitations to certain things. Do you hear me? There are certainly limitations to certain things. If, for instance, myself, I believe I have a right over this, and somebody, probably my mentor or somebody who have been ahead of me, picks it up, and I know it shouldn't be so, I will be a coward if I don't tell him, please bring this back to me. And then when I say bring it back to me and he doesn't, wait, man, we go and find it out. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what part has played in my life. It doesn't really matter. What belongs to me and is taken from me must be retrieved if I believe in that. That's how life should be. So because you've been my godfather, or you were there before me, or whatever. And but look at it this way. When you say these people are his godfathers, I don't take it. P2B from total obscurity contested the governorship of Anambra State. Do you hear me? And he won, and he was there for 8 years. And he started his political career before he was a governor and Tinubu was a governor, right? Of course.
Well, he was one time under Atiku Abubakar.
He was a vice presidential candidate under Atiku Abubakar.
Good.
Does that now make Atiku Abubakar to lord over him? Of course it doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't work out that way. Go and study the political history of United States of America. You see that some persons who were vice presidents eventually became presidents. True or false? Because I was your vice president, and moreover, he's not contesting. He's not in the court against Atiku Abubakar. Okay, he's in court against APC.
Atiku is in the midst.
Atiku is in the court too for his own case. He's not. I mean, P2B is not contesting. He's not in the court against Atiku Abubakar. He's in the midst fighting his own, what he believes is his own right.
No, but then Atiku says it's his mandate that was stolen. Peter Obi says it's his mandate that was stolen.
Good. They all have rights because they all contested. Somebody else can still come up and say, well, it's my mandate that was stolen. They all have rights. If you believe strongly about something, fight for it. That's my position. I don't believe in people exhibiting fear, cowardice, and other stuff. I believe if you say this belongs to you, go for it. That's my position, and that's what I do in my life.
Well, exactly on the 19th day of June, one senior pastor, his name is Adewale Giwa, he's a senior pastor of Awaiting the Second Coming of Christ Ministry. He claimed that Peter Obi is not at the Presidential Election Tribunal to nullify Bola Tinubu's victory. According to the Cleric, Obi is at the tribunal for the fun of it, adding that he knew Obi would not go far, in the last election. Some persons had projected Obi to come second or even first, but then he came third. That he is saying that he knew it, that Obi, will not go far during the election.
But Jude, tell me, did Obi go far? In your own opinion of the result of the elections, did he go far?
No, but he came third.
Did Labour Party, they went far? Did they not go far?
All I can say is that he came third.
Good.
Right?
According to INEC result, which the European Union observer team has called rubbish. The elections, they said it is an absolute rubbish. They said the election was absurd. Am I correct? So, according to the result presented by INEC, Obi was third. And if such a responsible, reputable body like EU Observer Team could mark down the elections of 25th of February 2023. Wow. I wouldn't see the reason why I should take that election for anything. EU observer team were here 3 months before the election. They participated in the preparations. They sent observers almost in the whole 36 states and Federal Capital Territory. They sent observers to different locations. They were gathering information from different sources because they have the wherewithal. And after the whole election, they've come out to tell you that it was a farce. And you are now telling me that somebody took fourth, somebody took first, somebody took third. Based on the report and what I observed, personally observed, the election of 2023 is flawed.
25th February 2023
is flawed. It's a farce. It's a disappointment. It's totally walking backwards.
Hold on, Mr. Biga. Let me quote this cleric here. I love to quote people. He said, when it is your time, it is your time. He betrayed his boss, referring to Peter Obi. He said Peter Obi betrayed his boss, Atiku, who brought him into limelight.
Oh, he didn't say who brought him into politics. Into limelight.
He said,
but he forgot that Peter Obi was a governor for 8 years. So that pastor is not informed, and I don't like addressing people who are not informed.
Wait, hold on. He said, if you love Nigeria so much as proclaimed, why didn't you wait in your political party to fight the battle? Suddenly you changed and pretended that you were not part of the system that led us to where we are today, referring to Obi. What is your opinion as regards this?
My opinion is the so-called pastor, did you call him a pastor or whatever? He has a very inferior thinking faculty. Otherwise, he would have known that the whole elections and the whole Obi stuff is not about Peter Obi. It's about the youth of this country who wanted change, who wanted a move away from the old system. For him to say Peter Obi betrayed his whatever, what did he use? His organ, his mentor, whatever. The pastor is not really so much knowledgeable about who Obi is. Do you hear me? He could have told us that Atiku was the person who sponsored Obi when he contested under Apuga and won the election against Chris Ngige and the Doba brothers. Do you get it? He could have told us that Atiku was the person who was, mentoring him throughout the whole 8 years he was there. By the time Atiku was picking Peter Obi as a vice presidential candidate in the PDP, Peter Obi has done 8 years already. And that 8 years was what Tinubu did in Lagos. So what are you saying? I'm surprised that some very uninformed persons trying to create some narratives.
Maybe we should also bring in your maybe I should call him your brother. Of course, he is also an Igbo man, Arthur Eze.
Every Nigerian is my brother.
Okay, fine. I love that. Good. But let me bring in Arthur Eze here. What he said. I remember he also said that Peter Obi should not contest that election. He should withdraw from a presidential race.
Oh, and should I remind you of what my own brother again, Soludo, who is my governor, said as well? And he was, of course, saying Peter Obi wouldn't win and all the stuff. Oh, should I tell you what another pastor, Mbaka, said? No, people are allowed by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to air their views and their opinion on any topic. Do you understand? But now let me tell you something. It is when you air your view and your opinion, it makes for people to now study you and know the contents of your head. Do you get it? There are so many persons who parade themselves as men of God. They come up, they say, "Oh, Peter Obi will win the election." Oh, but it was so much in the media, and eventually, INEC didn't call Peter Obi as the winner, right? There are so many predictions here and there. Everybody is subject to his opinion.
Maybe we should also find out why why Arthur Eze made that statement. Why you think he said that? why you think he didn't support Peter Obi from the beginning. I mean,
now let me tell you
from
something.
inception.
Ato Eze is a politician. Ato Eze is a politician, a businessman. Rather, is a politician and a businessman.
Okay.
And he eats from politics. Peter Obi is so meticulous about giving contracts. If he gives you a contract, you must do it. He's not frivolous. He's so thrifty. Ato Eze was trying to ensure that somebody like Peter Obi, who will not be doing business as usual, don't occupy that presidency, that office. So that his own interest, Ato Eze's interest, will continue to flourish. Under a presidency headed by Peter Obi, somebody like Ato Eze will not be getting contracts, quote me. Okay. And will not be getting, because Peter Obi is so thrift. Akagom hand. You know, he doesn't give out things. You give them, they don't do. You give 10%. You give contract that should be 10 million. You give it for 100 million, and that's what some of those businessmen do. And Peter Obi is not in that business. So Ato was trying to protect his interest. I don't expect less from him. That's basically the truth. I don't expect him to support somebody like Peter Obi to become president, because he knows the doors will be closed against him.
But aside that, maybe we should also bring in the fact that supporting him because Peter Obi would not do what he wants, would not
do his bidding. Yes.
Okay. Why not look at it the other way?
Okay.
They are both Igbos.
Okay.
At least, if not for anything, Arthur should have. Don't you think he should have supported Obi, because this thing is coming to the southeast, and so therefore, it will benefit almost everyone.
Oh, let me tell you something. The Igbo man is so Republican minded. He's so free minded. Obasanjo didn't support Tinubu, did he? He didn't. The Afenifere president didn't support Tinubu, did he? He didn't. So you don't expect everybody within the Igbo enclave to support an Igbo man. No. All the whole Yorubas didn't support Tinubu. That's the truth. And if you ask me, the Igbo nation, the Igbo people of this country tend to look deeper into the system. That makes that in most cases, you see Jim Wobodo at Jos campaigning for Obasanjo in 1999 or thereabout. Do you get it?
Mm.
Yes, every Igbo man must not support an Igbo man. Every Yoruba man must not support a Yoruba man. Every Hausa man must not support an Hausa man. That's basically what it is. It's in Nigeria that people don't talk about ideologies, principles, belief. If a party has its manifesto, its ideology, and I believe in the ideology of that party, if my mother is contesting in another party that doesn't carry the ideologies I believe in, I will not support her. That's it. It's only in Nigeria that people just tend to jump from here to here, from there to there, without actually defending what they believe in. That's the problem we have here.
So are you saying that because Arthur did not support Peter Obi
because of his interest, his contract interest, because of his personal interest? Yes, he didn't support Peter Obi because he knows Abuja doors will not open for him if Peter Obi goes there. Quote me.
Okay, but does that also mean that he's not? He doesn't like the progress of the southeast, as it were? Is that can we put it?
Let me tell you, it's not exactly what that way. He does, but
what?
The personal interest comes first. That is it. His personal empire comes first. Defense of his empire, defense of his personal interest comes first before the generality of the Igbos, that of the generality of the Igbos. That is it.
Then what was Father Mbaka's reason? Also, I'm looking at those who are supposed to, at least when we say Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, the three major.
Hey, now that you mentioned Father Mbaka, but Father Mbaka told you that Peter came here to his adoration ground, and Peter did not drop money, and he was saying, "Bring money." Peter said, "No, show me a project I will execute, and I will go ahead and execute it." He said, "No, I want you to bring money." But Father Mbaka was plain to explain to the whole world that his own was because Peter B didn't drop money. And it was on the television. It was on the mass media. It was the social media. He wanted Peter. Of course, he was saying, any man who is so tight-fisted will not be president. So?
And that's you think is not for the good of the Southeast?
Let me tell you something. It's not for the Southeast, for Nigeria. That is not good for Nigeria.
You know why? You know why I'm bringing in Southeast?
Go ahead.
I wanted to say something.
Yes, I know why. I know why.
You know why?
Yes. But I want to look at it as, from a broader perspective. The Southeast have not been given an opportunity to really rule this country.
And they have been clamoring for.
And they have been clamoring.
So that's why I'm bringing this in.
Oh, well. And I know, and I strongly know, there is a deliberate position by some persons to ensure that Southeast don't produce a president until after 100 years after the Civil War.
Really?
Sure. I can authoritatively tell you that I am privy to a leader of this country who said that the Southeast are the only people who have been defeated in a war. Barely 20 years after the war, they are trying to take over to become, head the office of the president of the country. There is a deliberate policy, a deliberate strategy to ensure that the Southeast don't occupy the position of a presidency in this country until after 100 years.
What is the 100 years gap for?
Man, I don't really know, but then the country is suffering for it. That's why sometimes I tell people the war has not ended. If God has said there is no victor, there is no vanquished, we have to rehabilitate and all the stuff. Why are people still saying these people were defeated in a war? That's very low stage of thinking. The country is missing a lot by preventing a particular part of the country from assuming the highest office in the land. It keeps the war raging. It makes the war fresh every day. They don't know it. The last charlatan who left the presidency.
No, you can say that. You can say that. Please, I wanted to.
No. Okay, I was not talking. I mean, the people that left the presidency presently. The people who left presidency. Yeah, they were.
I think that's better.
Yeah, they were actually clamoring, making sure that people from the Southeast are put down continuously until Jesus comes. The country is bleeding for it. That is it. The country is definitely bleeding for it. Let there be freedom. Let there be total unity. Let there be oneness. I did a song I keep referring to. One Nigeria.
One Nigeria.
Let there be one Nigeria. Let us be each other, one another's, keeper. Why discrimination? Why tribalizing? Why being so nepotic? It's killing this country, and it continues to kill this country. Let us look at ourselves as one people.
Voice of the People 90.3 FM. I want you to, for those watching us live, get to the comment section and let's get your own opinion. All right? Your own views, your own, let's feel your own pulse also there. In case you are listening and you're not following us online, all right, on YouTube, you can go there and watch us live. Yeah. And of course, like I say, endeavor to drop your comment. Now, before I get back to, there's something I want to understand about, Father Mbaka. Some clerics will tell you that what I see, what they want, or what God told them about a certain candidate is what they are saying. Now, you are saying that his own reason was quite different from, what some other clerics will tell you. His own reason is that he needs physical cash. He needs money. He needs, he wants Peter Obi to support him physically with cash. But then, Father Mbaka that we know is someone who says, God. He's a cleric. He's a man of God. All right. So, where does that place him now?
He's a political priest.
Is that what you call him?
A political priest. The Catholic Archdiocese of Enugu have told him as much as that. At a point, they almost suspended him. Or if they didn't, I think they suspended him. His utterances and his positions sometimes are embarrassing to the Catholic Church. That's the truth. That's absolutely the truth. And you start to wonder. You start to wonder why, in the name of God, do some people do some things and say some things? Why don't you face the spiritual things you are supposed to be doing instead of delving into political affairs, and you are doing it in the name of God? Somebody will argue that even in the Bible, Isaiah, Jeremiah, the prophets go to the kings and make pronouncements, and their pronouncements are clean and God inspired. But here you got lots of people in the name of God. They keep saying, God told me this will happen, and eventually it doesn't happen.
Again, some persons have referred to Peter Obi that he is on transit. I don't know if you've heard that too. He said he's on transit because you also
transiting from where to where?
Well, politically on transit. You also mentioned that some persons have come together to say, except it be 100 years apart after the Civil War, no one from the Southeast rule Nigeria. And that some persons also said, added to it, that's why they can say Peter Obi is a man who is on transit politically.
Does Peter Obi, with his fighting spirit, seem to you as a man in transit? Does he? No. Let me tell you something, but it's true. I keep having this feeling inside of me that the justice system here might not give the country what is the truth. I keep having it. I don't know why I keep having that feelings. I don't really know. But I don't want to comment about the case in the court. It will be prejudicial and all stuff. But I keep having these feelings, But the truth of the matter remains that if anybody says Peter Obi is a man in transit, he's not getting the whole gist. It's not about Peter Obi I keep maintaining. I keep saying it's about the youths of this country who needs some changes. They need some departure from the old system. They need a voice to aid their dissatisfaction with what is happening in this country. It's not about Peter Obi. It's about a new generation that is questioning what is existing. Peter Obi can just be a symbol of it all. That is basically what it is. If you are pushing the whole thing down to say Peter Obi, you are now creating a narrative that is not recognizing the people who are really who P2B is representing. Are you telling me that the youths of this country who voted are in transit? No, of course no. Of course no. The issue of P2B is an idea that sprang up from other events. Do you understand? That's basically what it is. The issue of P2B is consummation of a new thought, of a new feeling in the minds of people for something better to happen to this country. That is basically what it is. For a deviation from the old platform to a better platform. A movement away from the old book to a new book. It is a pilgrim going to a new site. That's all about P2B. So if anybody is saying he's in transit, the person is not thinking deep enough. He's not giving a proper analysis of what it's all about. This is my position.
Now, Peter Obi has said that he said he is convinced in the spirit, that he will be president. Now, aside that, I'd love to quote him again. He said, anyone who thinks I am on transit is wasting his time. Let me tell you, I must be the president of this country. He stated it categorically. He said, I must be the president of this country. I'm sure of that. If it is not today, it must be tomorrow. And we ask, when
what does the confidence come from?
This confidence. 1, 2. When will this tomorrow come?
Let me tell you.
What if tomorrow never comes for him to become the president? No, we're just looking at it holistically now. Tell us.
When I was younger, when I was barely 14 years, I was reading. I read a lot. I came across a book by Normal Vincent Peale, The Amazing Result of Positive Thinking. And that author pushed inside of me the capacity to always think positively over an issue. And that thought leads me, and that had been part of my life. And because of that positive attitude towards things and my thinking, I have been achieving the things I desire in my life. Do you get it?
Yeah.
So, who says P2B might not have seen Norman Vincent Peale's book, The Amazing Result of Positive Thinking, and positive thinking becomes part of him, and inside of him he have this conviction that I can. Do you get it? Well, if you write American, American, isolate the other, leave 4 alphabets. It ends ICAN. I can. And if you got this attitude of I can, I will, and I can, it goes so far. So P2B is expressing the inner contents of his life. And who says the forces cannot prove it right? What do you expect of him? He's still young. The age is on his side, about 64 years or 65. Right? And he has the wherewithal, and he has the goodwill.
How old do you say he is?
He should be about 64, 65. He's not up to 67.
Okay. There's something I want to get clearly here. Peter Obi himself, said he's going to be president. Whatever. I think, he was born on the 19th of July, 1961. Okay. 61 years old.
61. Good.
Yeah.
Age is on his side.
Okay. Age is on his side.
Sure.
let me say something. You said, I mean that's what I'm getting here. But then I think we'll have to do that again. We'll go through that calculation again. I have a couple of questions to ask you as regards that.
Good.
But let's push that aside. He said he's going to be president, whether anyone likes it or not. If not today, tomorrow. Now, let's now look at the tomorrow that he might be referring
Do
to.
you know how many times Buhari contested for presidency? 4 times.
4
and
times.
he won at the 4th time.
Now, let's look at it. Let's just break this down. After, if, please don't quote me right. If this whole court case doesn't favor Peter Obi, if Tinubu is asked to remain there, of course you know that he's going to stay there for 8 years. In Nigeria, we no longer talk about 4 years. We talk about 8 years. So let's just have that at the back of our minds.
No, we shouldn't have that at the back of our mind. There is God factor. So let's say he will be there for 4 years.
We're talking about Nigerian politics. We're talking about politics in Nigeria.
Yeah, there's God factor.
Okay, I understand that.
Yeah,
I understand that.
sure.
But then, 8 years, right?
Oh, yeah?
And it has been said that after the 8 years, this whole thing, the presidency is going back to the north.
That's a political party's position. The political party says, we are zoning,
Now,
that's
that is-
APC.
that is-
Hold it there. That's APC says we will zone it to the north when the south has done 8 years.
Okay.
The other parties have not told you that. And who says within that 8 years, the people might not get disenchanted. The people might get so much, not having the trust of the party. The people might want to shift to another party. All those things you got to factor them in.
But we should also talk about the arrangement on ground.
Oh well,
And that's
talking about the
part of
arrangement
the
on
arrangement
ground.
on
Let me tell you.
Okay.
The presidency of Muhammadu Buhari almost drove Nigerians away from APC as a party. True or false? So whatever APC might have in their plan within that 8 years, let it be God willing that they do well as a political party. Otherwise, if they don't, shifting to southwest or shifting to southeast or north or this end might not come in. We got to always factor that in.
I still want you to give me, few minutes or seconds to analyze this and then hear from you. Now, when Tinubu is done with his 8 years, it goes to the north. You already came out with the fact that some persons want the Igbos to rule after 100 years. And some persons don't even want them to rule at all. Why some want them to rule almost now, like immediately. And maybe that begs the question, that's the reason why Obi is fighting this hard. Because if not now, we ask ourselves when. Now, what I'm saying is, if it goes to the north, another 8 years is gone. 8 plus 8, that's 16. How old will Obi be by then? If Obi is around 61, 62 now, and you add 16 to it, would you still say age is his friend? I mean, will age be his friend at that time?
Jude,
Tell me.
I am a practical person. And being a practical person, I always draw factors from different areas of human endeavor. Peter B is so much convinced that he will be the president of this country. Do you understand me? And I will not have reasons not to believe him. Okay? I don't have reasons not to believe him.
Okay.
If you see what happened in the Arab world recently, how the youths sprang up, began protests overnight, started things that were not possible some years back, and you watch what is happening in Nigeria presently, you will agree with me that the youths of this country are getting unsatisfied. They're getting angry with the system. They are not satisfied with the situation, and don't rule out the possibility of something spontaneous happening in this country that will be championed by the youth. And they may decide to use anybody as an arrowhead. After doing what they want to do, they might say, well, this is the man who should be crowned and become our president, or what. So sometimes when I look at the wave, the things going around, I always create some chances for the unknown. Those unknown we call the God factor.
Let's hit it now. Though they are in court, and some persons will say they wouldn't want to, comment on some issues because
it's judicial, yes.
Yeah, your prejudice and all of that. Fine, but let's say here, in your thought, in your opinion, do you think that Obi and Atiku will get a fair
justice
hearing? Justice.
Let me tell you, my thought inside of me, I think I tried to say it, mention it. I'm having this feeling, this deep-rooted feeling that our system has no capacity to deliver, quote and unquote, rightful justice.
You really think so?
I keep having this inside of me. I keep praying against it. Look at what Baba Chowa said the other day.
We'll come into that.
Good.
Yeah.
So after reading that, I remember some other incidences. I place it side by side with what is happening. I keep losing confidence in the system, in the entire system of the country, including the judiciary. I wish I could help myself. I wish I could help myself to stop thinking this way. But each time I tried to really push it out of me, it hurts me. It's as a result of my patriotic zeal, as a result of my love for this country. That's it.
Now, let's talk about Bukachua. All right?
Yeah.
All of the revelations he made.
Good.
If Bukachua had said, oh, I influenced my wife to favor, the petition of the People's Democratic Party.
Yes.
Or he says that, I favored Peter Obi. I influenced my wife to favor, don't you think the police, the DSS, the EFCC and all of these guys would have been out, fully out?
To get him arrested?
To get him arrested?
Hey, you are talking about getting him arrested because he said that. Don't you remember the Lord of Mano in River State, Dokubo, who was displaying AK-47 and the national flag was behind him, and he was demonstrating, showing the whole world AK-47. Was he arrested? Was he arrested, Jude? Did the police go after him? Did the SS go after him? But you had him making pronouncements, threatening the Igbos and threatening and calling. Did anybody go after him? That is why we're talking about the system here. The system here is not acceptable. The law in Nigeria is meant for people who have no protection, for the poor who have no protection. The men who are rich, who have clout, who have contact, the law is not meant for them. Nobody dares to touch them. That is it.
So Obi is, you said Obi is a dogged fighter.
Yes, and a rugged fighter.
Now, with this system you mentioned,
yes,
is it possible for Obi to be able to come out victorious?
But I've said it. But I've said it. I've told you that inside of me, I keep having this feeling that the system is not acceptable. The system will not give justice to Nigerians. I've said so. I will not be surprised about whatever verdict that comes out of the court tomorrow. Sure. I will not be surprised. Yaradua, peace upon his soul, was such a gentleman who, when the case went to court and all the stuff, he still come out to say, look, the process that brought me into office was flawed, was not sincere, was not honest. And mind you, the court has already said it is beautiful. So what are we saying? But the man was honest enough after some years to now say, look, the process that brought me to this seat was not honest, was flawed. So what justice are you talking about?
Let's talk more on Bokachua.
Bokachua, yes.
Probably one of the reasons why maybe nothing has happened yet to the likes of Bokachua and the likes of Asari Dokubo probably might be because this administration is still standing on one foot. Don't you think so?
I don't think so.
That's why
No, I don't think so.
The EFCC or what do we call the police or whoever hasn't gone all out.
No, government and governance is a continuum. It's a continuum. The present president is a continuation of the other president. The other offices and officers who have been manning some offices are still there. Do you get it? Go and try this in China. Let Bokachua go to China and say he was advising the wife, and the wife was helping to and the next 2 hours he will be arrested. Whether the government was just warning that day. That's people that want to grow their country. Those are people who want their country to grow, who want truth to rule, who want the generations that are unborn to have something beautiful. A man came over the over the television, and was brandishing AK-47 and was placing national flag behind him and was threatening thunder and brimstone against a people. You never say, come my friend, who are you? How dare you? Who gave you this gun? What have you been using it for? And he was saying that he is in charge of security in 6 states of the southeastern Nigeria, and this. You never called him. Oh man, I think we have got to rejig and rework this country if we want to live here in the next 50 years. If we want our children to live here in the next 100 years, Jesus tarrying, we have to rework. We have to bring a new narrative. Otherwise, every day is becoming worse and worse.
So are you saying that this administration is probably scared to arrest Asari Dokubo?
I am saying that this administration has not done what it should do.
What are they supposed to do?
Arrest Dokubo. Arrest Bokachua. Let them come and explain. Yes. If I were the president, if I were the head of DSS, if I were the head of the police, that's what I will do. It is an aberration. Those things are aberration. And in a system, in governance, when there is an aberration, something being done the way it shouldn't be done, there must be immediate correction. That is how countries run themselves.
I had wanted to, find out about something, but then maybe I should just, ease that, out a little, as regards as Asari Dokubo, or before Asari Dokubo. Okay, yeah, I wanted to come up with this one before I talk about Asari Dokubo. Now, some feel, some persons in this country feel that it's pretty difficult to, take power, away from, the All Progressives Congress now, or is gonna be pretty difficult for Tinubu to step down for anyone. Why? Look at it. He's got his chief of staff, chief of all of the service chiefs are in place already. He has given positions already, and you think that these people want to lose their positions? That's one of the reasons why Nigerians are saying, man, it will be pretty difficult for you to. Oh yes.
Oh well. Evil begets evil. Good begets good. One basic thing I know is, if you ask me, the electoral law that was promulgated and that was made in 2022, 2021, got some things that must be added. Let me tell you one thing I would have loved. No inauguration of presidency until tribunals finish their cases. Do you understand what I'm saying? You don't inaugurate any president. The election dates should be shifted backwards a bit. Give like more than 5 months, or about 5 months, okay, before inauguration, and compel the judicial system to conclude the decisions and their positions before inauguration.
Okay.
Otherwise, like you have rightly said, when the president or the governor is inaugurated and they've made appointments and all those stuff, some systems are created that will begin to work against any person who wants to give a challenge. It's in human nature. It's natural. But if a system is created that the cases must be concluded before inauguration, you will see some things become better.
I'm sure you understand that politics is more of lobbying, right? Now, don't you think lobbying will also play a role?
Lobbying who? Lobbies who?
Lobbying
who lobbies
anything, anywhere, anybody, anyhow.
If the election, if they've not been inaugurated, if whoever wins have not been inaugurated, he'll be lobbying. Is that what you're trying to present?
We're talking about the issues in the court.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Before campaigns,
okay,
politicians started lobbying. During campaigns, they were lobbying. After the campaigns, they lobbied. Before election, the same thing. During and even after. So politics is one thing that has to do with, it goes pari passu.
Okay.
Hold on, lobbying. Now, I am saying that, don't you think that this lobbying thing, the highest person who lobbies, the highest one who pays, who's got the money, the cheese, will finally win this case at the court?
That is because of the system we run in Nigeria. Okay? Go to Taiwan, go to Japan. Check what they do there. Somebody who did not win an election will not even have the temerity, will not have the kind of clout to even want to assume that office. Countries where people believe in truth, in honesty, country where people are decent,
okay,
country where people fear to tell lies. When you talk about lobbies, it's because of the system we run. We don't respect decency. We are not honest. We are not credible. We want to tell you that this thing, this particular pin or this particular pole that is black is white. That's Nigeria. That's because of the system we run here. That's why lobbying takes positions above every other thing. And who is not supposed to be here will be here. Go and try it in Southeast Asia. When you know that this is not proper, when you know that this is not right, when you know that this is not correct, you want to go say it is correct. But no, it's not done. But Nigeria here, we're so low-minded. Everything goes. Oh, is it from my tribe? Oh, is it from my town? Is it from my region? I will see this is not true, but because it's from my tribe, I will say, oh, it's true. Countries that fail start from this pattern of behavior.
This is Voice of the People 90.3 FM. His name is Biga Ibekwe. And my name is Jude Ikami Jude. Now, you and I, let's talk now. I'll get to visit the comment section on YouTube. And of course, take some calls. But I'll also touch on YouTube. All right. So I want to encourage you to go there right now and drop your messages in your comment section. In the comment section, rather. And I'll come here and get to read all of them. Okay. Yeah. Engage that place. I'll be back there shortly. But then let me get to WhatsApp and see what people are saying. I hope I'm able to touch a few and then take calls. All right, this person says, Chima from Oshodi says, our problem in this country is tribalism, religion, politicking, and the worst of all, corruption. Most Nigerians are victims of these endemics, and as a result, they would always counter the truth. Okay, it's all right. This person is saying, be reminded that the 2023 presidential election case is still in the tribunal. Verdict is still waiting. Oh, yes, we know that. We know very, very much. Okay. This person is talking about the Jam girl. Okay. Thank you so very much. Tinubu will be the most famous can I take this message? Let's leave that before you put someone in trouble here. Huh? Oh yes, we need to consider that.
SCC is watching you.
Yeah, you know that, and we always ask people to be civil,
mild in their opinion, in their comments, so that they don't put radio houses into trouble. Yeah.
You know, we tell people just be civil.
Yes,
you just let's state your own opinion and let the other man do say.
Yeah, because we're being gagged.
Exactly. Did you say gag? well. Let me see if I can quickly touch on some messages here. Several here. Are you sure I can touch on these messages? They are quite heartbreaking. Okay, chill. Let me see if I can take some calls first of all. Then I'll come back to these messages. I really have to look at these messages very well. Let me not come and go and read something. And, all right. The number to call is 0700 903 903 903. All right. That's the number to call. Very easy. 0700. That it is 0700 903 903 903. And the WhatsApp number is 0700 903 9039. We're streaming on YouTube. Go there and watch us live. And of course, drop your comment. That is YouTube VOP 90.3 FM. VOP 90.3 FM. So, but then, if you want me to talk to you, or if you want to talk to us, I want to beg you to keep your comments very, very civil. Yeah. Emphasis on very civil. And keep it 60 seconds. And when I say 60 seconds, I mean it. 60 seconds, be as brief as possible so we can, take as many calls as possible. Thank you very much. My name is Jude. Let's get to the phone lines. Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
Yes, my name is Lawrence Kewuma.
All right.
You see, sometimes people doesn't express their much concern or express themselves very well because of fear factor. You see, sometimes you allow people. Somebody like me, I'm not afraid of anybody in this country because so many things has happened. With my age now, I cannot be afraid of anybody, of anyone. Tion. Let me just tell you something. How could this guy Asare Bokubo be parading himself with AK-47 publicly and nothing is being done about it? All the security agents in this country, whatever they call themselves, they can't do anything. Just a mess. Somebody out there in Ajawe State, just a mere comment. They went to arrest him, bundle him, disgrace him, did all sorts of things that took him to Abuja. A little boy down there in Imo State, a little child of not up to 7 or 8 years, make a comment that they should release him now the Kano. The DSS went down and disgraced themselves. What is happening in this country? They don't want anybody to talk. Nobody should talk. If anybody talk, they will go after him and kill him. What kind of nonsense is happening in this country? Let me just say openly here, there's nothing that will make Nigeria to be good. Nigeria can make.
Well, thank you so much. See, you just keep all these emotions, always drop them. Calm down, be calming down. Be calming down, Biko. Thank you. Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, this is Frank Tinubu from Alimosho.
All right.
Yeah, I want to thank you very much and good afternoon to your guest.
Good afternoon.
Based on his analysis, I always want to say categorically that it's good. Nigerians will continue to speak and to help their views until there is a change. Until there is a change. We can't be tired. We can't be tired because things are not going in order. Things are not going the right way. Every blessed day, we see things the way they are going, and it's just obvious. If you look at the situation of Nigeria, it's almost turning to ridicule before other nations. Every day you hear different form of story that are not what it, and nothing is happening. Nobody is doing anything, and truth is missing in this country. Truth is missing. That's the problem we are having as a country. Truth is missing. When something is black, they will say it's white. And when something is white, it's turned to black. And once majority carries it, there's nothing you can do about it. Categorically, with the way it's analyzing in the studio, look at people now coming out, somebody brandishing AK-47, broad daylight. And nothing is done as we speak now. Is that person above the law? Is that person above the law? It's a question. It's an obvious question. I mean, this country, I don't know. But Nigerians will continue to speak out until the right thing is done, until government change to do the right thing. I will speak more than that, but everybody knows that this country, a lot is going wrong. Thank you so much, Mr. Kami Judah, for your, for this program.
Thank you for calling. All right, we'll take more calls, but let me see if I can touch on messages as I take them. This person saying, anywhere PDP and LP win, INEC is doing a good job. But when they lost there, INEC is rigging. How many local governments or village did EU observation, whatever, visited during the election? This election is far better than election Obasanjo conducted for 8 years. Peter Obi and his supporters are just deceiving themselves. There will be, you can say that. Well, thank you. Thank you so very much. Let's get back to the phone lines now. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon. All right. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Jude.
Good afternoon.
I hope you're fine. How are you?
Great. Quickly, please.
What I want to say is, I don't think Nigerian laws, I know enough Nigerian has laws, but people to implement those laws. I wonder why a man single-handedly threaten a whole tribe, a whole nation. And Nigerians say they have a government, they have a security architecture. If those tribes now, if the Igbo people react, everybody will be wagging their mouth. Sorry, there is enough noise here.
Go ahead, please. Oh, I don't think we have that time. Hello, good afternoon to you.
Hello. Afternoon. My name is Jimo. I am in the traffic at Allen anyway.
All right, quickly.
So
please.
I'm enjoying the program very well. So my question is just simple. Now, for instance, if Peter Obi now won the election, the tribunal now pronouncing that he's the winner of the election, are we saying that his own 4 years we start counting from the day he was sworn in, or he will come and finish the term that Tinubu have started? That is number one. Number two is just a way forward in Nigeria. No matter what we say about Nigeria, I believe quite okay that Nigeria is not. We don't have a leadership problem in Nigeria. Leadership crisis. Anybody that said that, I always laugh at such person. One thing we have today that is our biggest problem in Nigeria, that I've already made research on and I discovered. Number one, we don't have a constitution. Number two, you see that allocation given to governors, given to parastatals, given to institutions and whatever. The central government, they bite more than what they can chew. Responsibility is too much. It's only in Nigeria you see all governors running to the center to collect allocation. You understand? I won't lie to you, my brother. That's why I don't want to mention names, because I want to keep to the rules. There are some governors today, if Nigeria were to be Nigeria, greater than South Africa, a lot of our governors, they can't employ them as a primary school teacher. You and I know that. A lot of our governors, they are not fit to be a primary school teacher. Let go of them be a secondary school teacher because of their qualification, their experience and anything. You see, for Nigeria to be a better place, we just have to do two things. Number one, every tribe, region need to sit down and send a representative and let's talk. Because this British arrangement is not favoring anybody. Rather, it's favoring the colonial masters. You don't understand something. Since 1999, if you don't visit London, if you don't visit France, if you don't visit some European countries as a governor, then you will just see that coup will just take place. It happens in so many African countries. See what is happening in Sudan. We all know that the war that is happening in Sudan today is being caused by just a simple thing. And what is that simple thing? Because the Russians wanted to build their naval base. And the US said no, they don't want it. So the only way US can interpret it to those people is to empower one group to start fighting the government. We know that. We know what is happening there. We shouldn't deceive ourselves. You understand?
All right.
But the only way and the best way forward for Nigeria are multinational ethnic groups that comes together to build Nigeria and to form this world Nigeria. For instance, my brother, I don't want to mention names. We know what happened in the past government when they will be removing Yoruba and be putting Fulani there, removing Igbo man. That is perfect. Okay, they will put Fulani there. You understand? It's only in Nigeria you see, if not that in the medical line, it's a shame
I think I have
for
to
the
let you
government
go.
to put
Thank you.
somebody that's got another group.
Thank you.
You understand?
Yeah. I
They
have
would
to
have
let you
just
go
put
now.
somebody there.
Thank you so very much for
All
calling.
right. I really appreciate my brother for the little time given to me.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I enjoy your program.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you, and thank you again. All right, we'll take more calls. Okay, we'll take more calls, and of course, read your messages. But then all I ask you to do is just to keep it civil for me, so we can have a beautiful conversation together. Okay, this person is saying Nigeria's case is a case of one holding someone on the ground while you cannot make progress. Also, is how you hold the person on the ground that matters, or that will determine the level of progress made. Is that what you're trying to say? Orji from Surulere sent in that one. Can I read these one now? Well, Okay. Nigeria is the only country. Okay, let me just read it. It said Nigeria is the only country a tortoise can win a 100-meter race with, using boats based on technicalities. I said Mota Bride from Italy sent in that one. well, it's okay. It's okay. Just keep your comments coming in, but make it civil. Thank you. Back to the phone lines now. Good afternoon to you. Hello.
Hello, sir.
All right.
Good afternoon. Come there.
Good afternoon.
My greeting to your guest here.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, madam.
I want to speak to your guest.
Where are you calling from?
Something that. Hello.
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Lagos, Eba.
All right. Let's go.
I want to speak to your guest. There is something that the Bible said in the book of 1 Corinthians 2, verse 12. It said, now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the spirit which is of God, that we might know the things that are freely given to us of God. I love where Peter be confident. Let him believe in the God Almighty, not in the judiciary. Judiciary, there are human beings that can fail. But when you have your faith strong in Christ Jesus, it will not fail. I strongly believe that this man death must surely be given to Obi by the special grace of God, and God can never fail. We are strongly behind him, fasting and praying for him. God will answer his prayer. Amen. Bless.
Thank you very much, madam.
Thank you so very much for calling.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Hello. Good afternoon to you.
Hello, Jude.
Yes. Quickly, please. What's
Yeah,
your
this is John Legend calling from Mushin.
All right. Let's go.
Yeah, you see, I like the man there that is analyzing the whole thing. He's saying it straight, clear. The P2B, this fight is not only for P2B. Let us not see it as if it is only P2B. And Igbo, the kind of president the Igbo people need. I told somebody that if it is Otis Okali is contesting for this election, I will even vote for an Hausa person. You know why? I don't want anybody that will come and tarnish the image of an Igbos. And what they want to do to the Igbos currently now is that they want to impose a president to us under say this man is from Igbo. At the end of the day, you will say Igbo have taken their own court. At the end of the day, we impose somebody that we know that is not competent. The reason why we are following Obi is not because of he is an Igbo. We are following Obi because he is competent and he is not corrupt like others. The only governor that after his this thing, he went back home. He did not collect 1 naira from the government. All these people, Tinubu today is eating from as a former governor. Tinubu today they are still paying him pension as a senator. Now tomorrow he's not a president. After that he will be eating 3 pensions. How many people we have been eating? So all this is not because we are talking. The only thing we need in this country is if they can only cut the cost of this government, and that is why they don't want P2B to be there, because they know he will deal with them. He will deal with them. That even if somebody called to come and take a local government chairman, he will not even accept it as a job. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Good afternoon to you.
Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to Bigger.
Yes, good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Everybody knows the truth. Will be a disgraced article and the Tinubu February 25th. He disgraced them. Do you understand? I make just technicality basis that what happened. Everybody knows what happened. Why is INEC running away from the IRS now? They are the ones that uploaded those results now in the IRS. Why are they running away from me? Come and give testimony about the IRS. They are running away from me. Concerning Obi and the article, it is articles. It is Obi said that article. Because check the vote article get when Obi was his running mate 2019. Article have run how many times? Did not get anything. It was only when Obi came and I ran on that article. That article made almost 10 million votes. So Obi is more popular because of his good works. Concerning Asari Dokubo, I'm advising Tinubu not to touch that man. Though. Asari Dokubo is not on Nando Kanu. Niger Delta is not southeast. I'm telling you the truth. Those boys are not type of. Asari Dokubo, it is Buhari that made him. He's boasting because he said that when they hired him to fight against terrorists that want to go to the battlefield, that his men only carry AK-47, that Nigerian army will carry load of sophisticated ammunition in a truck, that when they get to the battlefield, they see terrorists. The Nigerian army will dump those weapons, truckload of weapons to terrorists and run away. And him and his square boys will be in the forest fighting, and he lost most of his boys. So you have seen the weakness of Nigerian army. You have seen their strength. You have seen them. He now says boasting that he will mark them bullet for bullet, blood for blood, power for power. So they start, and that he will break this our oil to zero. That it will not even be up to 100 barrels a day. It will be zero. It is a very, Nigeria is a bleeding land. Nigeria is a very poor, one of the poorest countries in the world now. And this is that our debt is too much. So Tinubu should not touch Asari Dokubo. Should not be pressurized. Should not listen to people. Asari Dokubo may not kill Nigerian soldiers to death. That pipeline, they will finish it up.
Thank you.
Since their boys have seen the strength of our army, that they are weak, they are running away against the terrorists. They will hide inside the water and finish Nigerian army in that Nigeria.
Thank you so much.
Trouble.
Thank you.
God bless you.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you for calling. Yeah. Somebody asked a question. If Peter Obi wins now, what will happen to, all of these things Tinubu has done within the short time? You remember that question?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
A quick one. 30 seconds. Can you just
if
respond to
Peter Obi wins in the court, what will happen to the appointments and other stuff? What will happen if something comes from a wrong system and there is a right system that comes into place? The right system will right every wrong. That's it. I don't know if I've answered your question.
The right
system will correct every wrong that has been done.
Okay. Just keep your comments coming in, okay? 0700 903 903 903. If you are watching via YouTube, the number is on the screen there. The WhatsApp number is there, and the studio number is also there. So just call and let's hear your own view, your own take on this. Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, my name is Monday from Agege.
Quickly, please, Monday.
Well, I don't have much to say. Just that the country is getting out of hand every day. That the government cannot see. And again, who the Bible has made a king is a king. You cannot take it from me. Obi, I don't know him from Adam. It's not like I'm fighting for him or I'm protesting for him, but it's the people that God has chosen for the people. The man God has chosen for the people, but they cannot see it.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And again, concerning the law, the poor is not protected. Masses is not protected. It's only the rich the law is favoring, even though the poor is dying. In short, I will not call this channel again. I'm getting angry. I will not call this channel again.
It's okay. It's okay. You have your, you're free Nigeria.
You got your right.
Yeah, you've got your right. You've got your right. Thank you so very much for calling. Let's do more calls right now. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call to be part of this beautiful conversation we're having this afternoon. All right, let's do this one. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, it's good afternoon, my brother.
Good afternoon.
You calling from the
All right.
You see, one problem, I've been listening to you all the while. You say, like your analyst, this and that. You say, this type of something can happen in Asia, Japan, China, or what is happening to Nigeria today? It's something one should cry over about. Because what is happening in this country, little thing, they say, don't talk. Your child is committing evil. Yeah, your wife say don't talk, don't talk. That evil will continue. That of something. How can somebody be committing evil in a place? You say don't talk. When you talk, what happens? Look, people they say when you talk, that evil will leave the very place. The Bible says when you expose evil, evil will run away. But don't talk, don't talk. That is why our politicians are behaving the way they are behaving. Because they say nobody will call us, nobody will name us, nobody will know what we are doing. And the country is thinking by the day. And another thing is that this idea that these people from the southeast will not rule this country for this. I've said this right from many years ago that in as much as they continue to have this belief against the southeast, this country will remain stagnant. It will not move forward. Because God has ordained it. I don't see where somebody have a family say you hate one of their children. That children will be the problem maker spiritually. You be thinking of that child. You know that who you think that are okay. That's the one you hate. Will be causing problem in the family. See that kind of something.
Thank you so much.
Let's be nice for Nigeria to reconcile fully and let's move forward.
Thank you very much. Thank you so very much. Hello, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
Greet the honorable man that is here with you in the studio.
Good afternoon.
I'm Ugo by name. I want to say something.
Where is Ugo calling from?
I want to be anonymous a bit for about that one. Let me just drop comment and.
All right, go ahead, please.
Please. It is only in Nigeria you will hear law, and people will be laughing. It is a serious case for you to be doing anything in a foreign land and you say by law. If you say by law, that word by law, it rings. It has. I don't know. It's a very heavy word. Even if it's just on a normal discussion and somebody is trying to pass a message to you and they say by law, it's really a serious one.
Yeah.
You will pause and calm down to listen to the person to understand the information is trying to pass. Just because he mentioned by law, even if you are not interested, you pick interest. Because in foreign countries, law is a very serious thing. But in Nigeria, those who made the law did not value the law. You imagine people wrote the exam themselves and they are failing the same exam. That's what Nigerian law look like to our politicians. That those who make the law, the way it will convenience them, because I knew that the law was written by the military and they made other amendments, and we are still crying and asking them to come together and produce the law that will be democratic in nature. And up to now, one have not been granted. And those who wrote the law to suit them are also filling same document they produce themselves. It's quite unfortunate. May God help the country.
Thank you so very much for calling. I appreciate you. Hello, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, my lord.
Good afternoon.
Yes, I will do that.
What's your name?
Hello, good year. Thank you. My name is Ijeoma.
All right.
I'm calling from Lagos.
Okay.
I've been listening to this program. It makes me happy. But one thing that happens in political talks in Nigeria, when I go to, I'll get angry. And my BP will rise. Because maybe because I'm relatively educated, I know my rights, and I can't access my rights. It makes me want to kill myself. So there is a saying, let me go to the churches, like in Bakadam and the rest of them. You see, when facts finish, insult will start. That is what is happening now in some of the religious houses. And there is this book I read, is one funny book, John Poorman stuff. He said that when the head is completely empty, it resorts to religious preaching. So some of those people, they don't ask them, bring your certificate, how did you qualify? So anybody can be a pastor. And now about Peter B. Somebody asked, what about if Peter B is declared him? When Peter B was governor of Anambra State, he did not have one person from his own party in that Anambra State House of Assembly. All the members of that house were after people. And it will be the appointment the man made. It will be worked with those he appointed and those members of the Anambra State House of Assembly.
All right.
That P2B is not about people. It's about policies and facts.
Thank you.
So, thank you very much.
Thank you so very much. I appreciate your call. Let me quickly touch on some messages here before we wrap things up. This person is saying, good afternoon. Your guest has said it all. Until we amend our constitution before Nigeria can be stable, they make policies attractive so much. Governance is so expensive in Nigeria. Joseph Olusegun sent in that from Lagos. I disagree with the last caller that Nigeria army abandoned their sophisticated arms whenever they encounter Boko Haram or bandits. That was instructions given to them to enable the terrorists to restock their armory. He went further to say Nigeria is a country run by some cartels that do not want the country to progress beyond their imagination. APC fought Jonathan when he wanted to remove subsidies. Same APC removed it when they had ruined the economy. Yet, they expected us to celebrate them for putting us through hardship. What's your name? You didn't add that. Kenneth, I guess. Okay. Thank you. Good afternoon. Please help me ask your guest what are the prayers of Peter Obi at the tribunal, and if there is a prayer for the court to declare him president. Joshua from Ebute Meta sent in that one. Okay, we'll just take it's 2:55. We have to wrap up now. Bigger.
Yeah.
Let's go. Our time is fast spent. But then in 30 seconds, let's bring in INEC quickly. How would you rate your trust, in INEC?
32%.
32. Why 32?
I took up the entire body of INEC. I began to analyze their conduction of the last election from state to state, from ward to ward and all the stuff. And I came up with 32%. I was given marks. And I came up with 32%.
32.
Definitely.
Quickly, somebody is saying that you should mention, there's a name of a book you mentioned.
Norman Vincent Peale, The Amazing Result of Positive Thinking.
The Amazing Result
of Positive Thinking.
By
Norman Vincent Peale.
Norman Vincent Peale.
Yes.
Did you hear that? Okay. I think we have to go now. Well, let's go now. Thank you so very much.
Yeah, the pleasure is mine.
He is bigger Ibekwe.
Yes.
Thank you so very much.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
We'll do it again.
You will do it again. We'll do it again. I love your name, Bigger.
Yes.
When I say bigger, bigger is bigger.
Your name is Jude. It can be Jude. Your father must be a poet.
That's my name. People will be here tomorrow, same time. We'll talk beautiful. There's some more issues we need to thrash tomorrow. There's some areas we've not actually touched. Tomorrow will be a very beautiful time to talk about it. I'll be here tomorrow by 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Yeah. 2 hours of hard talk. Please do join me tomorrow. Those who called, thank you so very much. Those who sent in their messages, I want to say thank you. Thank you and thank you again. But my name is Jude. Ikami Jude. And on social media, Instagram, I am Ikami Jude. IKAMIJUDEH. One word. IKAMIJUDEH. That's my name. I'll catch you tomorrow. Just be good and do have a very beautiful and a wonderful day today. I'm out of here. Lagos, good afternoon.
Dear valued listeners, we believe in free speech, but with freedom comes responsibility. We'd like to remind you to be mindful of the power of your words and the impact they can have on others. As members of Voice of the